What's up guys, Sam Adams here, and today we're going to be talking about Star Wars, specifically Star Wars Battlefront, which is coming out later this year. And this past week it was announced that there would be no story mode in Star Wars Battlefront, which is kind of what a lot of people had assumed from the start, but it's kind of an interesting move since most shooters that are competing with Star Wars Battlefront directly these days have some kind of campaign or story mode to them to keep those that don't like to play multiplayer, don't really have anyone to play with, or simply don't have the connection to play online entertained and sell even more copies that way. But DICE has completely thrown that out the window and said that Star Wars Battlefront is a primarily multiplayer game, which of course you can play offline, split screen, stuff like that, but it's going the classic route just like the other games, and I think that that is a really awesome thing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So DICE came out this past week and said that there is not going to be any story mode for Battlefront, and that is definitive. In fact, they said that it was never even in the concepts whenever they were coming up with ideas for the game to include a story mode, which is kind of surprising considering that a lot of AAA first-person shooter titles that would be directly competing with Star Wars Battlefront almost all have some kind of campaign to keep those that don't like multiplayer, don't have the skill to keep up in multiplayer, and simply don't have the connection to compete in multiplayer satisfied whenever they purchase the game. DICE also added to this and said that the guys that came over from the Battlefield franchise to work on the Battlefront franchise know how to do large-scale battles, and I can totally say that they do. If you've played Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 3, you know that the guys that work on the multiplayer side of things definitely know what they're doing as far as map design goes, as far as flow goes. They have a good idea and a good grasp of how to create a multiplayer experience. And so whenever those guys came over from Battlefield, DICE knew that the main focus of Battlefront needed to be on those large-scale battles from the original trilogy. The two that come to my mind and a lot of people's minds whenever they first think about Star Wars is Endor and Hoth. These two are the giant iconic battles. One takes place on the forest world of Endor, and one takes place on the ice land of Hoth, which is where a lot of the E3 gameplay came from. And they also said that Hoth gameplay, just this is a side note, from E3 is actually just kind of contained in one section of the map. That is not the entire map, so that means that everything seen from E3 is pretty much just, exploded whenever the full game comes out. But yeah, so that shooting for epic battles thing is going to be pretty cool because I think that makes Battlefront more of a sit and play kind of experience. And what I mean by that is that whenever I used to play Battlefield with my friends on a nightly basis, we would sit down and be like, alright, what map pack you want to play? You want to do Dragon's Teeth? You want to do, the Navy one? You want to, all of these different map packs have come out, and you just, do something in the game. And I think that is exactly what people want to do. I can already hear people saying, hey guys, you want to do Endor tonight? Hey guys, you want to fight Hoth tonight? That kind of thing. You can fight all of these iconic battles from the Star Wars trilogy, and that pleases not only newcomers because they can learn these maps, they can learn these worlds, they can learn how to use tactics to defeat the enemy on these certain maps, and then it also pleases the longtime fans like me and a lot of other people because you can recreate the giant battles that are in the trilogy in full effect. That is pretty dang cool. Another thing is that Star Wars Episode 7 is coming out within just a couple of weeks of this Battlefront release date, which is kind of inconvenient, kind of convenient, because on one end of stuff, it's going to boost sales because Star Wars is going to be in the back of everybody's mind constantly this winter. And then on the other side of things, people would automatically assume that this is a movie tie-in game, and whenever you hear movie tie-in game, you automatically think lack of quality. At least that's what I think of for most cases. There are a couple of games that defy that rule, but in general, whenever a game ties in with a movie, it's not that high of a quality. And so DICE and EA wanted to come out and make it very, very clear that Battlefront was in no way a tie-in to Episode 7, and I think that one of the best ways to do that was just to come out and say, there isn't a story. So whether you like Battlefront not having a story or if you wish it did have a story, the game is still looking really good. If you look at any of the E3 gameplay, I even did a breakdown of it and I watched it with you guys over on the YouTube channel. It looks really good and I'm really pleased with the progress on it. I hope that kind of progress continues all the way up until launch, and I personally can't wait to get my hands on this one later this year. It's going to be wildly successful either way, and I really just hope that EA and DICE don't screw up the launch like they did with Battlefield 4. So there you guys have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a like down below and comment what you think about this new development in the Star Wars Battlefront universe. Do you think that there should have been a story mode? Do you think that DICE is just being lazy with not putting in a story mode? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to head over and check out some of that other content. I upload new stuff like 4 or 5 days a week, so there's always something new on the channel when you drop by to watch some videos. I'm going to go play some more Batman Arkham Knight. I'll be streaming tonight live on Twitch. Not sure what we'll be playing, but if you want to check me out over on Twitch, the link is right here. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank each and every one of you for watching this particular video. Peace.